Welcome to Moneymaker, the podcast that gives you the tools to enrich your life in every sense of the word. I'm your host, Nely Galan. Let's get started. When you are a boss and when you start your own business or you work in a corporation and you're a leader, you have a lot of people that work for you and you have a lot of people that you mentor. And that's also true, hopefully, in your home, right? Like your kids or people that you should raise to think like you and to learn what you've already learned. And I think that the thing sometimes we forget is that if you've done a good job as a leader, as a boss, and as a parent, all those people really should surpass you. And they should do better than you because they get to see all the good things you've done, but they also get to see your mistakes. And hopefully they can learn from those mistakes and do things better. And also, sometimes, like I would say for me, a lot of the people that have worked for me or even my own son have surpassed me in a digital age, right? So that it's younger people are native to the digital age. And for me, it's, a learning curve. And so they should surpass you in that way too. And also emotionally, they should surpass you. I know my son always calls me out on kind of mistakes I've made in my personal life. And he goes, Mom. And I go, karma is a tough thing. Be careful. You might make the same mistakes. But honestly, we should expect, we should want, we should desire for the people around us that we've helped to surpass us. But that is a very tough pill to swallow, I will tell you. When it actually happens, you sometimes have very insecure feelings of like, what happened to me? Have I lost my mojo? Did I just not grow enough? I think there's something to also learning and keeping up and evolving and growing. And I tell everybody, I still haven't figured out the social media world, but I'm going to conquer AI. But also, it's very beautiful to also not compete with those people and to honor the fact that you're at a different place in your life and that it's okay for those people also to give back to you and to respect you for what you've done, but to really take their game to a whole other place. I think that no matter where you are in life, whether you're starting out, whether you're the one that's in the leadership position, I think it's always interesting in my experience to look around you and always be respectful of young people under you or of older people over you. Because I'm telling you, you never know who is the one that's going to hit big or who's the one. Sometimes people seem like they're not as smart as other people and they're just late bloomers. And then all of a sudden, I use the metaphor of my son. My son was very short till he was 17 years old. And he was like the little kid. And all his friends had gone through puberty and they were tall. And he was like, Mom, I'm never going to grow. I'm going to be the short kid. And I said, well, you may be the short kid. And all of a sudden at 17, he spurted. And in 1 year, he grew 6 inches, which was not a pleasant experience for me. Let me tell you, those growing pains are real. And now he is by far the tallest person of his group. And that happens a lot with the brain. And it happens a lot with maturity. And it happens a lot with connecting the dots. Sometimes somebody looks like a slacker. And they even work for you and you're like, really, you're really lazy in your mind. And they just didn't find the thing that they were really passionate about. And then years later, they find that passion and they're a founder of a tech company that you never thought was ever going to happen. So, and in reverse, I would say sometimes people that are older than you that were superstars in their careers stop growing. And years later, you meet them and you surpass them and you never thought you would because they kind of stopped growing. So that curve of where you land in life is very fascinating. It's also true of aging. Some people start out like the most beautiful person on the planet Earth, and then you see them 20 years later and they've aged. And then other people that were kind of like plain, no big deal, later in life, you meet them and they're older and you're like, wow, you look amazing. So it's really taught me a lot about being respectful of all people at all walks of life, really hoping for the best for everybody, really sending people love and respect, because you really never know. You should never underestimate anyone. You never know who's going to really turn out, whether it's physically, spiritually. There are also people that turn out to be very deep and very profound, and they were like a goofball. So physically, spiritually, career-wise, and in terms of achievement and what they achieve. And sometimes it's personal achievement in their personal life, and sometimes it's in their career. So it's something to really pay attention to. Moneymaker is a production of Money News Network. Moneymaker is written and hosted by me, Nely Galan. Our executive producer is Morgan Lavoie. Thanks for listening. See you next time.